just collecting media in general, anything you want to start a collection with. Whether you want to start with your toys right away or you want to start with your games. For me, it was about the movies, but now I'm slowly trying to back away from movies. But once in a while, I will add in a movie every few months, something I really want to have. Um, as long as you have the proper storage for it, it's nice to see them in a shelf, but if you don't have the space for it, then you have to pile them up in boxes, put them up in the attic or the garage, and it's not nice to see them because those toys are very expensive now. That's why I haven't been able to start a toy collection of my own. But I went towards games, and even this year I went towards games as well. But slowly I want to start to come into toys this year. Maybe get one more, and I want to start with comics on the other side. Have Star Wars on this side now. Maybe get a couple other toy lines in the middle, like Doctor Who or He-Man. Um, Little figures are like $50, 60, $70, and it's a good amount of money. It's like later on I might even come back into VHS. If you still have your collection, if you decide not to sell your stuff, um, games get me through. Summer's long and hot, nights are long, and games will get you through. Toys is nice to have, but if you can't afford to do both, I can't afford to do games and toys because I'm going to be on a smaller budget now come spring. So I need to decide which one I want first. Do I want that game or depends on eBay. eBay and shipping. They ruined collecting, I think, for a lot of people. With shipping, you're paying a $30 toy, Star Wars toy, wrestling figure, $30, and they want another 20, $30 to ship it. So you're paying 50, 60, $70 pretty quickly for a little old figure that costs like $20. Same with games. A lot of the good games are Nintendo games. They're running about 20, $30, but you go shipping. You're paying another $20 more, $30 more. Some people even go as much as paying $50 on something. So sometimes you get something good on eBay. That's why I need to balance things out first with my food. Do my food shopping first, then maybe every few months I could get something in the collection, whether it's a toy or it's a game. Come next year, it's going to be kind of not sure what I'm going to do for this movie collection. I don't want to stay on movies all the time, but there are still some good horror movies out there. You will never ever have every single horror movie out there, even if you go donation store shopping every 2 weeks. I don't want to do that anymore. I needed to last year to fill up shelving because these were all built last year a little bit higher, and I had more shelving and these shelves to work with. And I moved all the old DVD, and we have 2 rooms now. So I'm gonna have to go back and forth later on if I get more toys. They'll probably go in the other room. So I need to space things out. This year, just sort of planning what I'm gonna do come spring and summer. Try to get at least 1 or 2 toys coming in. By doing, I at least get some toys. I already got a toy started this year, so something like that. Every few months, I could decide: do I want to put in a game or do I want to put in a toy? Um, Once in a while, I'll put in a CD. But I'm gonna stop it eventually and then come back into it every few months. Put in another CD every couple months. CDs were part of my high school era, so I cannot just get rid of them. I tried before, sold off my first batch. But the last couple of years since I started building this room, I started buying more CDs back. So, but now I want to stop with the CDs and games and try to get at least 1 or 2 toys coming in. But there's still some games I want, so then I'll plan things out throughout the summer to get something extra. Maybe try to go to the donation store from time to time. I'll need to look for like a camera or something I need for my recording, or some a computer I might have to buy next year. So make sure I get things organized. With right now, as long as this computer works, I'm okay. I cannot play a movie in it, but I can use it. I have to try to reformat or put a different hard drive. So well, if that fails on me, then I'm gonna have to buy another computer this year. And I don't have the money to buy another computer this year. But maybe next year I can have a little bit of money set aside for a computer. So gotta plan things out. If you go thrifting every week, you blow $50, $60 here and there. It's good to fill up shelving, but sometimes you need to do some stuff for yourself. Might need to buy a winter coat from time to time or something like that. So groceries are expensive as well, so I gotta budget that out first. Make sure my chips and snacks are good. Whenever I can find better wood, I would rebuild shelving. I'll keep doing that. I have shelving now in the other room for media, but I'm going to probably use it more towards toys. And hopefully add a little something by the end of summer, whether it's a game or it's a toy. It's going to be something different for the room. And once in a while I'll come back into a movie, maybe an old horror movie, maybe an old CD. So might venture to the flea market probably over the summer once or twice to get out there. But maybe Goodwill once or twice over the summer, but I won't be going every month like I was. It's not needed anymore, but sometimes you might miss out on a good title that might come in. If you don't go and check, you don't know. But most of my area, donation stores don't carry old VHS anymore. A couple of years ago, they used to have more titles. Now it's like a one shelf, two shelves maybe. And like the bottom shelf has a little bit of VHS, and that's it. Most of it is Disney, and that's all I'm gonna find. So I decided I'm not gonna go thrifting much anymore. As long as I have the internet, I'll get what I need, and hopefully over the next couple of years, I'll slowly build up either games or a toy. And over the next couple of years, things will get piled up, even if you're adding one thing every once in a while. Get something you really want, but horror movies get pretty expensive on eBay. Older horror movies get pretty expensive, especially for VHS. And I might come back into VHS later on, get something I really want. I might have to buy it off eBay, because I don't see them at the donation stores anymore. Our flea market doesn't carry VHS, so maybe your flea market in your area in the US is a little bit easier, but in Canada it's very hard. For media, CDs are still available at the old flea market, but very little. You're not going to find the new Dolly Parton that comes out. You're going to have to buy on eBay. So if you don't have access to eBay, then it's going to be kind of hard to get something better for the collection. But I have to make sure my food and snacks are good. Or you fall into that trap. Then you start thinking about, I'm going to have to get a loan to get caught up with what I need to fill up a room. Yeah, if you want to fill up a room, you're going to have to do something more quicker. But if you don't care about filling up a room and filling up shelving, then one thing at a time. One thing at a time. That's how I'm going to go. A loan will help me, but I'm not going to rush through it. I need it. The toys are out there, they're out there. The games are out there, they're out there. When the time comes, I'll get something. As long as my food and snacks, my belly is full, then I'll be happy. I'll put in something a little extra for the collection. Might not be a movie all the time, so because I still need to try to get a couple of games. Might get one or two games this year, maybe next year one or two. And hopefully I can get at least one or two toys coming in every year. I should be okay. Just start with something small. That's what I recommend. If you want to get a loan, it'll help you. But if you cannot pay a loan back, then you're going to be screwed. So you need to be working at least part-time, steady. Part-time is part-time. I always have part-time work. It's never been steady, but hopefully I can expand my collection this year a little bit more. But it's going to be very carefully planned. As long as I have my internet, I could buy something every so often. As long as my food and snacks hold up, pile up the good food. Because nights are long, days are long, games get me through, but I need something to look at besides games and movies. So toys are the option, but with shipping, they're very expensive. So I gotta plan things carefully when time comes to get something for our collection. It doesn't happen overnight. Maybe if you're one of those rich people that have a whole basement of toys, you can buy 10, 20 toys at once and fill up shelving pretty quickly. But then you go pretty broke pretty quickly. So these toys are very expensive now. So because of shipping and eBay, old toys are very hard to come by. You gotta plan things out what you want first, and then that's how a small collection gets started. Make sure you have shelving set up properly. Shelving is another thing that can be pretty expensive. So shelving can be from anywhere $50 to $100. So collecting in general is pretty expensive. But if you plan things out, you'll have a little something of your own. That's why I like to have a little bit of everything in my collection. Hopefully I'll still add at least 1 or 2 toys this year. We'll see how the rest of the spring and summer goes. Thanks for watching. Make sure the food and snacks are coming in. The pop is getting set up. I might do a little something different here. Coming spring, summer, add some autograph pictures or something. Started putting up some toys here. So a little Star Wars toys at first because that's what I've been collecting on it in the beginning. Then I stopped. I added Wonder Woman in the back there. On this side, I want to do more Star Wars comic book figures. Other side's a little bit more towards Star Wars, so just picked up Wonder Woman this year, so we're looking okay. I removed all the dolls that are here, still got a few stuffed animals and stuff in the back there. If I get into Transformers, I'll probably come here. So I gotta plan things out very carefully, because I still want to build up my Nintendo and Super Nintendo this year. Maybe get a little something for Atari. Once in a while I'll come back into my music. Got 1, 2, 3 shelves of music. Rebuilt the shelf last year. This shelf is for cartoon. This shelf here is for old media. I call this the horror wall here. So, and then we go into old franchise VHS. A little bit of records. I don't find laser discs in my area, so I don't collect on them. So I'm not gonna jump into that format. It would be nice to have a few laser discs, but I'm not going to go down that road because I don't find them. Plus, I'm not going to be getting out into the donation stores much at all because as long as I have the internet, I could buy something I really want. Concentrate on some better figures down the line. Once in a while, I'll come back into my old movies, and that's how I get through. Sometimes I just come in here, walk around. That's why it's nice to have something set up in the middle. Thanks for watching. It's in my new movie channel, and this is the movie room, but I'm trying to change it more into our 80s collection, starting with getting a little bit of toys coming in. Maybe later on next year I'll get a little bit more into wrestling, so we'll see how things go down the line. Thanks for watching.